Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Publio. I'm gonna sing a couple of songs to prepare our environment, to prepare our soul for the Spiritist talk tonight. So welcome to our meeting. First of all, I'm gonna sing a song called Vibrate. It's time to open up your heart. It is time to love one another. It's time to take part. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. Vibrate always, loving and serving everyone. When we give our heart in charity, our lives are transforming into songs. Our dreams become reality, and we join Jesus for eternity. Now I'm gonna sing a song that really calmed me down. If I close my eyes to pray, I heard the sound of the sea far away. If I close my eyes to pray, Jesus cradles me, in his arms I sway. Body harmonizes, our well gonna sing a song, Good Old Man. It's about our protector, our mentor, Dr. Bezerra de Menezes. Blue crystal eyes, color of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Blue crystal eyes, color of the sky, gray bushy beard, Santa's look alike. Shine on your brothers on earth, suffering, living joy, or in pain. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the good, receive our praise and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the good, receive our praise and also our heart. Bezerra de Menezes, Apostle of the light, place our pain at the feet of Jesus Christ. Love in action. Oh Jesus, here I am, my knees on the floor, to say thank you, my Lord, for the lights that come through this door. love in action. Now I understand. Helping others is helping myself. Your words now are so crystal clear. Your teachings have no frontiers. To see all these transformations, we just have to put love in action.
Hello, friends. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to our Tuesday meeting. We are so happy that you are here with us another Tuesday. So we welcome all of you with all the love in our hearts. So, as always, we just want to remind if you're new here how we're going to go, what is the program that we have for this evening. But if you have been here with us every Tuesday, it's the same, thing. We ask you that during this time, if you can, to turn off your phone notifications, to find a quiet place if possible. This is your time to nurture your soul, to do your self reflection, and to study Spiritism with us. And as always, our meeting has a format of more or less 30 minutes presentation with 10 minutes for question and answer, and followed by our spiritual care. And part of our spiritual care, it's the magnetized water. So as always, remember to get a container like mine here, a container with potable water or drinkable water that can be magnetized during the spiritual treatment. Sorry. So we are here every Tuesday, 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, in Spiritism Canada Facebook and the Concafers Continental Americas Facebook, and at the Spiritism Canada channel in YouTube. But on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern, we are retransmitted by our dear friends from Kardec Radio in their Facebook and YouTube. So if you hear watching us from Kardec Radio, we send out you all our love. We love our friends from Kardec Radio. If you like to study Spiritism, you're a little bit more curious, you would like to study a little bit more, the course that we have called Get to Know Spiritism, it's a great option for you. So this is an online free course, and that happens every Saturday at 5:15 p.m. Eastern Time. So like I said, it's free and is virtual. So you can join us and study a little bit more about Spiritism. So the registration is in the slides, but if you are listening and not really watching us, usually the link is also on the chat in the channels that you are watching us or listening to us. We also offer what we call gospel at home. So the gospel at home is just a practice. It's just taking 15 minutes, 20 minutes, not more than 30 minutes per week at a set date and time where you can pray in your family group with the people that live in your house or by yourself if you live by yourself. And during that time, you can pray for your family, and you take that little time to read the gospel of Jesus, and also to comment how can you apply that during, in your day-to-day life. So if it help getting started or maintaining it, just contact us and we can help you do that. There are a lot of benefits of doing the gospel at home every week, and we are here to assist you to get started and to maintain that practice at your house, at your home. We also have a vibration book. So, this is an online confidential prayer book. So, you are welcome to put your name or the name of anybody that you know that might be in need of prayer, somebody going through a difficult time, whatever it is, and volunteers will be praying and vibrating for the people in that list. So, you can find the link in our um, uh, channels in the chat, and it can be, you can add names of people who are incarnate or discarnate, and we'll pray for them. Today, we are all here for a wonderful treat. So, we have our friend Ana Claudia from the US, too, just like me. And she's going to talk to us about this book from Divaldo Franco and Joanna D'Angelis called Love as a Solution. And she's going to talk to us about this chapter called Harmful Restlessness. So, just as a reminder, we love questions and comments. We really love to interact with you online. We love reading your comments. So go ahead and put them in the chat, and we will address them later once Anna is done with her talk. So before I call our dear friend here to get started, to lead us in the reflection of tonight, I just want to invite all of you to pray with me and do our opening prayer. So let's close our eyes. And first of all, really be present wherever we are, either if we're live on demand. Let's be thankful for the opportunity of this incarnation, of this life. Yes, sometimes it has a lot of texture, it has a lot of challenges, but life is totally worth it in the purpose that God had for it. So, our journey here on earth, it has a beautiful purpose, and the purpose is really to evolve, to be better, and not really to suffer. So may we always thinking about Jesus and his example and his gospel. May we take every day and each challenge that we face in life with faith, with courage, and with love. And may we be together in Jesus' name many, many, many more times. So be it. All right. So now I will call our friend Anna. Hello, Anna.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's so wonderful to have you here.
Thank
So I'll be in
you.
the background and I'll be back at the end. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And hello, everyone. It is my pleasure to join this group of Canada, of Spiritism Canada. And I am Anna Emlinger from Benjamin Franklin Spiritist Society here in Massachusetts, United States. And the topic that I chose is actually, as Anna mentioned, is a chapter of this amazing book by the medium Divaldo Pereira Franco and the spirit Joanna de Angelis, chapter 23, called Harmful Restlessness. So this reflection that Joanna brings to us is or can be a life-changing. And it was very impactful to me. And we had a chance to explore this chapter in a family spiritist retreat recently here in Massachusetts. And it was such a rewarding experience. And that's why I decided to bring and to share this message with all of us. So before we dive in the chapter, I would like just to reflect on the definition or the meaning of these two words, right? So we have harmful and restlessness. So harmful, as we probably know, is something that can cause damage, that can hurt us. That is something harmful. And restlessness, it can be understood in different approaches. So it can be physical or mental inability to relax. It's an agitation, an anxiety, right? So Joanna de Angelis decided for this topic, for these two words, to summarize the message that she brought to us: harmful restlessness. So what is she talking about actually, right? So I want to we can go to the next slide, and I want to just to invite you to I'm going to share the five main parts of this reflection, and I want you to keep this in mind, because in the end I will go back to this slide and it will be kind of a quiz time. So I will ask you if you remember some of these parts. You don't need to answer, but it's something that you can think by yourself as you watch and as you reflect, okay? So Joanna will start really naming what it is. She starts, if you, and just as a side note, if you are familiar with Joanna de Angelis, she is a spirit that talks to us in a very direct way. Joanna is fantastic in her approach, in understanding the human soul, in understanding our psychology, the way our mind, our brain functions. So Joanna doesn't start light in this message. She starts going straight to the point. She names what is happening to us. And I felt, and I don't know about you, let's see how you feel, but I felt like almost something shaking my soul, like wake up, like almost like a wake up call. And then she calls our attention to things that often go forgotten, to something that we many times with our busy life we forget about. Then she brings some context, right, to what she's talking about. So she is going to bring 3 examples of people that I'm sure you have heard about, in a brief comment about them, and she's going to bring this general overview of the idea. Then she talks to us about what really matters. Remember, the title of this reflection is Harmful restlessness. So it's something that it's an anxiety, an agitation that causes harm or damage. And in the end, she makes a very important invitation. The way she ends the message is, in my opinion, remarkable. And I want to call your attention to that. Okay? So let's keep in mind these five main points and let's get started. So, Joana de Angelis, she talks about the trap of futile restlessness. So she reminds us that we allow ourselves to be afflicted by restlessness over things that in reality hold little true meaning. We fix our gaze, she says, on what we wish to own, on material belongings, on things that are futile, right? Completely forgetting the abundance already within our reach. And she continues. She says that at the root of much personal torment lies uncontrolled ambition, conscious or unconscious envy of others, a restless competition to be equal or even better than those around us. And this is a very strong thought that Joana de Angelis brings to us. So she is calling our attention to where our eyes are, where our thoughts are. We are probably, if we are experiencing this harmful restlessness, this agitation in our thoughts, we are probably focusing on material things. We are probably focusing on what others have, as she's saying. And she continues, because we do not know anyone's interior life, we cannot truly evaluate how those we envy really are, or how they really feel inside. And she continues. She says, if you possessed more spiritual discernment, you would thank God for the natural fortunes you enjoy. So what she's saying, and now she's going to remind us of these natural fortunes that we have in life right now, and that many times we take for granted. So she's saying that we already possess priceless fortune. And let's see what she's talking about. She talks about these 4 gifts that we take for granted. She starts reminding us about our vision. And she says, examine the wealth of your eyes, the wonder of sight. They can see shades of incomparable beauty, while many people, many brothers and sisters, live in darkness and do not complain. Let's think about our eyes. She also says, let's think about our hearing. Consider your ears. The universal symphony surrounds us, and we can hear it. Yet, countless people do not enjoy the honor of hearing, and they do not complain. She also reminds us about our beautiful voice, right? She says, stop to think about the uncommon treasure of your voice that can really sing, that can, while we are talking, while in conversation, we can emit infinite musical notes. Let's think about our voice in singing of songs, in social life with everyone. Right now, thank God for my voice because I am being able to share this message with everyone. She also reminds us of movement, right? She she says, think of your movements, your gift, your agile arms and legs. How many times do we think about our legs, our arms, right? How many times do we realize that they are real instruments of locomotion, right? They are our tools for charity, for extending our hands to those in need, right? Think about tenderness that can come from that in labor, while multitudes remain immobilized, yet bless life. So, Joanna, remember, she started saying that we choose to leave our afflictions because we focus on what we don't have. We focus on material things, forgetting to really focus on what's important in life. And she starts reminding us of these gifts: vision, hearing, voice, and movement that we take for granted. And she continues. She talks about what we forget, and these are her words. All these priceless values at your disposal are forgotten, only for you to fixate on secondary things. And I highlighted this because I really want you to pay attention. She's saying these things that disturb your lucidity and produce restlessness that ends up harming you. So this is so important because what she's doing in her message is she is reminding us, asking us, wake up, because what's hurting you is what you shouldn't be focusing on. And she continues, this forgetfulness is a sign of spiritual infancy, and long will be your march of learning regarding legitimate values as well as gratitude toward God. So if we are stuck in these concerns that are not really important, as she's mentioning, we are showing our spiritual infancy. It means we need to grow, right? And so she continues. And she talks about legitimate reasons. She says, there are indeed legitimate reasons for concern. And here I want to give a pause. I was even reflecting about this with our group from Benjamin Franklin Spiritist Society, and our president, Maria, who happens to be my sister, made a very interesting comment. She said, when she was reading this message, and when Joanna said that, thought, well, yes, there are legitimate reasons for concern, right? For example, if you are working hard to pay your rent, you have to pay your rent on time, or your mortgage, or your kids are getting ready to go to college or something, and these are really good reasons for concern. And guess what? Nothing of these things are mentioned by Joanna, right? So let's go to the next slide, and let's remember that she's in this message, she's talking about two kinds of concerns. She's talking about the concerns that we allow ourselves to have. As she says, you allow yourselves to be afflicted by futile restlessness, giving it a meaning that in reality it does not possess. And then she says, and then she talks about the legitimate reasons for concern. And guess what? Let's see what she says. What are the really good reasons? And she says, there are indeed legitimate reasons for concern. However, they should be relevant and profound ones, those regarding spiritual matters. And I didn't highlight it here, but I wish I did. I want to highlight that to you. Those regarding spiritual matters, keeping in mind the imperative of the progress that awaits you. These, however, cannot be converted into restlessness that harms your emotional conduct because they are part of your evolutionary program. Anyone who is content, and she continues, right, with what they have already achieved regarding spiritual realizations has stopped growing, and that deserves concern. If we are stuck in our spiritual growing, in getting better, in improving ourselves, not trying to improve the world. Many times we want the world to be better, and we forget that maybe the best way to start is in improving ourselves. So she says that deserves concern, as it can be a subtle form of existential saturation that must be removed with decisiveness. So we have to be decisive. We have to be assertive in what really, really matters to us. And let's continue. So Joanna, she mentions these three amazing figures. She talks about Socrates, right? Who, as we all know, claimed to know that he knew nothing. She reminds us of Saint Augustine, who feared he was not yet worthy of his Lord. And she also talks about Madame Curie, who, upon receiving tributes and fame, she simply asked, just let me work. She didn't want all those honors. She wanted to use her time. And Joanna continues with the message. It's an in-depth message. It's a long message, but I promise you that the end is very, very powerful, right? And she says, and all those who commit themselves to any ennobling activity, she talks about science, technology, arts. She says, all of those always believe they still lack much to reach the goal, which is constantly shifting its location once it has attained. So she sees this as a positive thing because it's the desire to progress, right? And she continues. As I mentioned, right, she talks about these three domains of infinite human striving. She talks about science, technology that is changing all the time, art, and she says the human mind has no limit. Imagination is infinite, and love is immeasurable. Gather these three sublime elements, the human mind, imagination, and love, into a single ambition, listen to this. I really encourage you to pay attention in what she's going to say right now. Gather these three sublime elements, and there you have real motives for sincere concern regarding personal happiness and that of all people. So that's when we will think about our real happiness, what really brings us joy, and what really will bring joy to our brothers and sisters around us. In an effort to change what can be modified in the world and to preserve all that is valuable and possesses a noble sustenance. So, what she's saying, what she's doing to us, she's kind of shaking us and saying, pay attention in what really matters. Because what really matters will give you happiness. And she continues. And we are going now to the end of our reflection. She talks about, she invites us to aspire to the infinite good. She says, and the infinite good will enrich you with hopes and realizations. And now I'm going to use all her words that end the message. She talks about a path forward. She says, do not falter in the struggle. Time lost in pessimism only magnifies the difficulties ahead. Program how to achieve your goals in favor of your enlightening process. Study, prepare yourself, and multiply your dedication. Multiply the valuable investments of your personal dedication in your self-enlightenment. And she continues. Now she's giving you, as you can tell, she's giving us the tips on how to progress. She reminds us that we are living in a time, in a moment that is very special, right? There are violent transformation occurring in all social, cultural, political, and religious segments, but also in the emotional, spiritual, and physical aspects of creatures, marking the hour of decadence of the old world. And now it's my comment, let's just look around. The world that we are living right now, she's describing here for us, right? It's the hour of decadence for the old world of passions, this old world that we don't want anymore, right? Which will give way to the world of renewal and regeneration. And she continues, really going to the end of the message. Everywhere it can already be felt that something is happening, although many still do not have ears to hear nor eyes to see. There is a great turbulence gathering, announcing the installation of the era of love that will establish itself on earth. And she continues. And she ends the message this way. You can be part of it, of this world of love, of this changing world. You can be part of it, starting now. If you integrate yourself into the group, into the legion of workers of fraternity and progress, without complaints or harmful restlessness. Decide and be welcome. What a message. Joanna is including you, myself, all of us. We can join this group. We are welcome. We just need to decide to put aside our empty desires and focus on what really matters. And now, to end, so this is how Joanna ends the message. I want to go back to this quiz time and try to really highlight a few things, summarizing the message for us, right? So this is how I and you might perceive this message in a different way too. I might too if I read again and again, right? Because it happens all the time when we study the gospel, when we read our books, every time we learn something new, right? But for this moment, I would like to highlight these 5 things. So she starts naming what it is. She tells us that we are creating our afflictions. She shakes ourselves. She's telling, stop focusing on what's not important, right? She calls our attention to something that often goes forgotten. Do you remember what she was saying that we take for granted? 4 things, right? She talks about our eyes, our voice, our hearing, our movements. We can use our arms to give a hug, to apply passes, to serve a piece of bread, to give a bottle of water, right? She talks about the context. She reminds us of Socrates. She talks about St. Augustine, Madame Curie, and so many other examples that I'm sure she could bring to us, and we all know of people that want to progress, that their focus was on improving themselves in the world where they were, right? And then she talks about what really matters. What really matters is our spiritual evolution. And she ends with an invitation. What is the invitation? The door is open. These are great news to us. We can change if we are in line with those that complain, that focus on the other afflictions, focus that set their goals in material things. We are going in one direction. The invitation is that we follow the other path, the path that really will give us this perspective that we are rich, that we need to be thankful to God, our Creator, for all the gifts that we have. So let's not complain. Oh my gosh, I have to go to the gym. No, I get to go to the gym. I have to go to work. No, thank God I have a job. Oh my gosh, I have to clean my house. Thank God I'm healthy. I have a house to clean. I have a place to live, right? So that is the invitation. Let's join this group and let's remember that with this approach, we will improve ourselves, our trust, our faith, because life is not easy, we all know. But let's look in the right direction and live this life with joy and with gratitude. Thank you very much. And I said time permitting in case we had time. I'm afraid we don't. But this is just the last slide where we were trying to bring the bridge of her message in all this invitation that we receive all the time through the blessings of Spiritism, inviting us all the time to be grateful and to really align ourselves with divine justice and discover a lasting joy that comes from inner peace and spiritual growth rather than external possession or status or any other material things that really don't matter to us. So that was just a summary of this harmful restlessness that Joanna talks to us, that distracts us from being a real spiritist and distracts us from the purpose of being here on earth which is to achieve our spiritual progress. Anna, I think your microphone.
Of course, so many years of Zoom, of StreamYard, and I still can't find the unmute button. What I was saying is that this was really special. Thank you so much. And as towards the end, I was even thinking how it really matches with some of the things that we have been reflecting recently. We in the gospel according to spiritism, we were talking about true ownership, and what are things that are really ours, and how to focus really on what really matters, right? But this message is beautiful, and you led that discussion really nicely. Let me see if we have
Thank you, Anna.
any questions. There is a couple here, but I really was really touched. I think I was really needing to hear that. I feel like in this time of transition, right? Of it There are so many things that try to make us restless, right? They
Absolutely.
really try to distract us and to shake us and, pull us from the wrong direction. So when she says that we are living in a special moment in our existence, right? So we really should not waste that opportunity, right, in our harmful restlessness. So
Yeah.
that was the message that I wrote over here, and I'll try to put by the refrigerator and read it again and again a couple of times. But I really enjoyed. So I thank you so much for
Thank you,
that. But
Anna.
we do have this question: what does spiritism have to teach us about this topic, and how to apply in our life? So you can probably talk a little bit about your last slide a little bit more now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for the question. Spiritism has so much to teach us about this because when Spiritism brings the revelation of what really this life is about, where we came from, where we are going to, and what really matters, it's all about this topic. It's I as I was reflecting on this message, preparing for this reflection here, I was I was really amazed by the direct connection to the essence of this message with the essence of Spiritism and how to apply in our lives. Is the one of the things, there's so many ways, but one of the things is, let's apply gratitude. Let's use that piece of the message where we woke up in the morning, oh my gosh, I have to go to work. No, thank God, I'm alive. It's one more day in my life. It's one more gift that I have to use this opportunity that was given to me as a treasure, right? Spiritism teaches us that we did not ask to be born again. We begged to be born again. We forget that. But this life is so precious.
Right.
It's our chance. We will have others. We know that. Reincarnation is revealed by other philosophies and religions and also by Spiritism. But we don't want to wait. Why wait?
Or waste, right? A
Or
chance just because
waste.
we're gonna have another one, right?
Yes. Why waste our chance?
Mhm.
Right? So if I could choose one thing, Anna, I will talk about gratitude.
Mhm.
Because I believe that when we lose perspective of how grateful we should be, that's when we go down the hill.
Right.
And that's when the things that are really not important take over
Right.
and start becoming a burden. And next thing we know, we lose perspective of what's really important in life.
Right, right. I think a lot of the self-awareness too, right? That's
Yes.
what we need to like if we are feeling restlessness, why are and is that a good reason to be restless or not, right? Is
Yes.
that the feeling that what I'm doing, it's not what I should be doing? I'm not living my life the way I aspire, that is going to really reflect on my moral spirit? Or is just I'm worried about a bill that I have to pay tomorrow, or to have a better car, or to have more money in the bank, right? So that's what it stayed with me. I was like, I need to
Absolutely.
watch for my restlessness now.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you see the things that you just mentioned, we catch ourselves all the time
Worrying.
focusing on these things, and next thing you know, when we come to the end, those things really didn't matter.
Right.
What are the things that really mattered,
Hmm.
right? What are the things that we don't want to leave undone?
Hmm.
I think that's what we should be focusing every single day.
Hmm.
The things that we don't want to leave undone in
Hmm.
this life.
Hmm.
And let's do it.
Right. And I love that Spiritism brings us these reminders, you know, in every single message and in every single tenant and things like that. Because if we're looking for a good guidance outside the word, it usually is just more distraction. So I'm really thankful for you and for you coming here and sharing this with us. And I'm really thankful for this Tuesday meetings where we are here just to talk about things that really matter so that we can help each other and remind ourselves, you know, of how to really feel fulfilled and right and good, you know, to seek the things that really are going to bring us not superficial, you know, happiness, but
Enough,
really
enough of superficial things, right?
right, right. We thank you so much, Anna.
Thank
It was a
you, Anna.
pleasure.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for the invitation. It's been an honor. And thank you very much for uh, thanks to God, really, right? For
Yes,
this this present that we receive every day
yes, yes.
of
All
life.
right. Thank you, everybody. Bye, Anna.
Bye.
All right. So, um, all right. So now, after this great reflection and this wonderful message, we are going to go to the next part of our program of our night. That is our spiritual care. So, if you are here with us every Tuesday, you know that our spiritual care has passes, then the magnified water. Um, And what passes are a transfusion of spiritual energy that can assist our physical, emotional, and mental balance. So the type of passes that we have is what we call directed passes. So if you just listen to the message, to the video, you'll be able to follow and to enjoy it. But if you know, do not even want to do that, or if you want even a more simple way to follow it, you can just remain play in prayer. Sometimes closing your eyes will help you focus a little bit better and help you with mentalization. So remember the water, the drinkable, the potable water that I asked you to set aside in the beginning. During the treatment, this water will receive healing energy for your body and your soul too, which you and your family can benefit from. And right before our passes, I just invite you for our prayer before the spiritual treatment. That is going to be also our final prayer. So let's join together, heart to heart, in this prayer at this moment with our souls full of joy, very nurtured, with a so compelling message asking us to pay attention to what is most important in life. Let's join hearts and thoughts and ask our Master Jesus, as a good pastor, to guide us every day, that we may remind ourselves of his message, that we hear his voice calling us to the straight path, to the correct path, to the fulfilling path that leads to closer to God. So that even though there are distractions, and there might be many, many more distractions, but that we can, in every single time, even if it restless for some time, we may remind of the message and the voice of the Christ calling us, guiding us to the right direction, and reminding us of what is really important. That is our spiritual evolution, reminding us that we are here on this earth temporarily, that what is really ours, it's what we are, what we do for others, it's who we become. And may, through this presence of Jesus and his message in our lives, with the help of Spiritism, helping us understand Jesus even better, that we can, with our own actions, with our own effort, and all these resources that God in his mercy puts in front of us, may we make good decisions, and may we not waste a single time in this incarnation. May we not be distracted, because the times are important, they are special, and the invitation of Jesus and the high spirits is for us to decide to be counted in their numbers, and for us, and they are ready to be welcoming us, like this message said today. So, with our spirits full of gratitude, our hearts full of love and fraternity, let's also vibrate now for all the names on our vibration book. May God help each and every one of them in what they need more. May the light, the peace, and the grace of Jesus be present in each one of their lives. And may they feel encouraged and hopeful and capable of facing any challenges that they might be facing. May God protect our homes, our places of work, our whole globe, this beautiful blue earth. May in every corner, anyone who needs help be assisted, not by what the merit that they already have, but just because God is so merciful and loving, and his mercy endures forever. May we feel loved by God, and may we be able to share love with others, and may we be here together in Jesus' name many, many more times. And so be it.
Let's get ready for the pass and water fluidification. Please get a container with clean water to be fluidified. Brothers and sisters, it does not matter where you are, what type of hardships you are going through. Jesus is always ready to come and help us. Place yourself in a comfortable position, which can make it easy for you to reach concentration and receptiveness. Breathe slowly and easily. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Fill up your lungs with air and let it out very slowly. Let tranquility and peace energies penetrate your lungs and move throughout your body. Your soul in harmony with your body. feels easy and in peace. Let's imagine Jesus' passage. A clear day, the sun's golden rays illuminate the happy passage in Capernaum. A lot of white houses, multicolored vines, and hopping birds fill the landscape with optimism. The news about cures attracted the crowd in need. Suddenly, Jesus appears slim and handsome. His tunic was hanging down to his feet. At sunset, all those with sick people hit by several illnesses would bring them, and as he placed his hands over each one, he would heal them. This is what Luke the evangelist says. Let's imagine Jesus approaching you. He holds his friendly hands over our head. Notice that from his generous hands, a waterfall with clear and pure water originated from his love come to bathe you. It flows on your head, goes down your shoulders, bathe all your being, and brings you peace, serenity, and balance. They remove all impurities and pacify you. Feel the water bathing you, cleaning. Breathe. Now, imagine Jesus as a sun before you. His light, his warmth surrounds you. Feel the healing energy that comes from Jesus towards you. He hears your prayers. Trust him. His love is endless and it follows you and protects you. It provides you with everything you need. Have faith. Absorb the healing energy from Jesus. His light surrounds you. Feel the energy going through all your body. Feel stronger and in peace. Lord Jesus, our divine friend, reach out your generous hands, Lord, and change this water into medicine for our physical and spiritual illnesses. Protect us, Jesus, with your peace. Spread those vibrations of love throughout my home, Lord. May peace, health, and tranquility reign here. We are very grateful to you, Jesus. Stay with us today and forever. Thank God. Please remember to use the fluidified water.
Friends, it's with the sweet vibrations of the passage that we bid you all good night. With all the energy in our hearts and all the fibers in our spirit, we say, may God bless you and may God bless your family. Follow us in Spiritism Canada, YouTube and Facebook, and also the group Path of Light on Instagram. Don't forget to join us next week too. And thank you so much for your presence here. Bye-bye.
A world where we will be as free as any bird flying in the sky, where peace prevails. That's what I dream for you and me. Moved by the light of love, no longer dimmed by who we were. We'll rise into what we are meant to be. among flowers shining with the glow of supernovas. Tokens of that endless love God feels for us. That's what I dream. I dream a new day is going to dawn, the rising of a different world, where eyes will seek out chances to do good. A world of peace and brotherhood awaits the change that we can make. And changing our hearts is the first step we must take. For you and me, moved by the light of love, no longer dimmed by who we were. We'll rise into what we are meant to be, among flowers shining with the glow of supernovas. Tokens of that endless love God feels for us. That's what I dream. I dream a new day is going to dawn, the rising of a different world, where eyes will seek out chances to do good. A world of peace and brotherhood awaits the change that we can make. And changing our hearts is the first step we must take. Do, do, do.